Look closely at any crowd in the modern world, and you'll find the same pervasive struggle. The core symptom of the human condition is isolation. This manifests as selfishness, but selfishness operates as a fundamental perceptual error. It happens when people look out at the world and see themselves as entirely separate entities. Yet across human history, the major philosophical and religious traditions converge on the exact same prescription for this isolation: love. Examine the ancient text of the Torah scroll, and you find a highly specific foundation. The ultimate legal directive is a strict command to love God completely and unconditionally. Christianity takes that exact foundation and extends it horizontally. Believers are instructed to care for their neighbors exactly as they care for their own selves. Islam distills this entire philosophical framework down to a single question posed by the Prophet Muhammad. He asked, "Is religion anything but love?" If all these distinct ancient traditions arrive at the exact same cure, we have to ask what disease they are treating. What specific hidden trauma is this commandment trying to heal? To diagnose that trauma, we have to look to ancient Greece, specifically to a bizarre origin story recorded by the philosopher Plato. In his text, The Symposium, Plato describes a gathering of Athenian intellectuals debating a cosmic force they felt was vastly underrated by their peers: love. During the debate, the playwright Aristophanes claims that humans were originally spherical creatures with 4 arms, 4 legs, and 2 faces, rolling rapidly across the earth like tumblers. These primeval humans came in 3 distinct sexes, born directly from the heavens. The all-male beings were children of the sun, the all-female beings were born of the earth, and an androgynous third sex, made of both male and female halves, was the child of the moon. These super beings possessed immense physical strength. Eventually, their confidence swelled into absolute arrogance, and they decided to scale the heavens to attack the gods. This put the gods in a paradox. They depended heavily on the worship and sacrifices these humans provided, but they had to devise a way to permanently cripple their pride. Zeus found a brutally efficient solution. He struck every single human with lightning, cleaving them perfectly down the middle. In one move, he halved their physical strength and doubled the population of his worshippers. He then ordered Apollo, the god of healing, to repair the physical damage by pulling the loose skin tightly over the exposed abdomen, but the belly button was deliberately left tied off as a permanent physical scar. It was designed to constantly remind mankind of its primeval state and its catastrophic fall from unity. The immediate aftermath was devastating. The milly severed halves were so desperate to reunite with their original counterpart that they simply threw their arms around each other, refusing to let go until they starved to death. Aristophanes argued this ancient trauma elegantly explains the spectrum of human sexual orientation. We are simply wandering the earth, seeking out the specific gender that made up our original sphere. To save the human race from dying out of pure grief, Zeus invented modern procreation. He turned their reproductive organs to the front, allowing them to briefly satisfy the urge to merge so they could get back to work. Under this lens, our modern drive for romance is an ancient, desperate spiritual attempt to heal a severed state. Finding a romantic partner is only the first layer of healing. The philosophical texts demand we expand this search for completion to a much larger scale. Islamic tradition holds a concept mirroring the Greek myth of the severed halves. True platonic friends are actually one soul split across 2 separate bodies. This desire for completion expands outward. We seek deep friendships to form soul families, binding isolated individuals into functioning communities. Religious frameworks push this to the limit, issuing the most difficult command, the strict requirement to love our enemies. The underlying logic dictates that at the ultimate macro scale, there is 0 actual separation between us and them. By loving everyone, even those who oppose us, we perform the physical act of reassembling the scattered, broken pieces of the cosmos. Selfishness is simply an illusion of separation. Love is simply the ultimate cosmic gravity, trying to pull a fractured humanity back into one single unified entity.